Okay, this is the Parque Nacional National Park, Mixco Viejo. And this was a part of the Mayan civilization, just a smaller enclave. So I'm told, I've never seen it before. So it's pretty much off the road here that we just came down from Pachulum, where I just took some photos, went up there to visit. And this park, I guess in native indigenous language is called ones.About. You can see that there. Ones.About. Frente a la Gran Piedra. So, let's see what it's involving, but it's, of course, nothing as majestuoso and big as Tikal. But, again, it just shows you how extensive the Mayan civilization was. There were little towns and villages all over this area. Guatemala, northern Honduras, southern Mexico, Chiapas, and the area around Cancun. I don't know if you can hear the indigenous tongue that the guide is speaking to the ladies there. Sounds nothing like Spanish. I don't understand a word of it.
Yeah. Mixco Viejo. And then from Mixco Viejo, it's close the big river named Motagua. Motagua, yeah, it's the longest and big river, Rio Grande.
Beautiful countryside. This is like a relief map in 3D. It's pretty big. Now there's one of those round stones right there, like we saw in Tikal in the Plaza, Central Plaza, where the local guy said they did sacrifices. So don't know, maybe they do them here too, or did them to the people who they were warring with or having conflicts with. So have to find out. But again, it's most of these are just brick, squat stoneworks. Basically, these ruins, they just look like a lot of stone foundations. Maybe something was built on top of them, but certainly don't see anything to the height of what you see in Tikal or the elaboration. It looks like, stoneworks that were put together. Like I said, I'm sure something was on top of it, or housing or buildings or temples or something. But this is what they've uncovered. Have to find out the dates, what they've dated this as, because I'm not quite sure if it's post-Tikal or at the same time as Tikal. Tikal was about 500 years BC up till 500 AC, about 1,000 years, so I'll have to check on that. So this is the Group C, probably the biggest building in the bunch. We're coming up to some more steep steps. So even walking up them, I get tired, winded. It's not too cool today, and I've got a heavy jacket on. Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Right here, only partially excavated, so you know they probably have a lot to do here, little by little, and it's just takes time. So this is what they call the group, the C group here. Get you closer. And that's probably, like I said, it had stone on the bottom, thatch on the top, and you know, they weathered the storm. They weathered a little bit of the cold anyway. Casa sacerdotal, where the priests lived. So they probably had a pretty nice house. Probably a lot of nice maidens to take care of them, clean the house, take care of them, or all their human needs. So I did walk up the steps, hence I'm winded. So yeah, you can see steps and things like that, so pretty well built to last all this time. Probably in the restoration they filled in and put some cement in there, because what I see between the stones is cement. So it's been restored. They probably found it crumbling and cracking and a lot of stones missing. So I said they've done a good job here restoring it or leaving it as best they could. Okay. So yeah, the pyramid temple is the highest one, the one we just saw. And the priest close by. So the plastered floor in the priest house, you can note that it looked like that priest house was 2 rooms. So, and then here further down we have some other types of buildings. Oh, it's pretty interesting. When I came up here, it's like an area where they had some kind of a sport, a ball game. They played a rendition of soccer or something. So that's probably where we are right now. Got buildings on each side, long buildings. Maybe people sat up there to watch the games out in this central plaza. It's probably further down. The ball courts are probably further down this way. This looks like just a central plaza with a lot of buildings, and maybe further on down that way would be the sports area. They were big on sports. Is no doubt the sports, you know, the football or whatever they played, some kind of a ball, involving a ball, throwing it, catching it, running to the other side. So it's pretty elaborate. You can see probably the people sat up here on the top, and they had probably the king or the queen or the mayor sat down here on the end. Who knows? But this is pretty well intact. Like I said, I think these squat buildings, not buildings, but stoneworks, you know, they probably had, you know, something wood on top of it, maybe a thatched roof or something for living or working or whatever. Most of the people did not live in this central plaza area. They had their houses on the outsides, and they were just simple mud houses probably. So you don't see much remains of those, but whatever was built on the top of these brickworks are no longer there, of course, and gone to the ages. But it was pretty big here. Like I said, it wasn't the main city of the Maya, but was certainly a nice satellite city. Beautiful farmland here, nestled within this little valley. You know, some people are doing agriculture on the hillsides, but it's just a beautiful area. It's very close to the city, so if you ever get up in this area, it would be good, you know, just to bring a picnic. It's free to get in here, doesn't cost anything. So come in and bring a picnic and Spend the afternoon. Let your dogs run. This is a huge building right here. This one right here. I guess this is the main temple from the other side, of which steps I just walked up. So I'm not going to do it again. But it is big. I'll say we have some preaching going on here too, taking advantage that we're by some religious buildings, some local holy rollers. More power to them. I'm going to sit down for a minute. It's kind of warm out here. It's midday, so but again, you don't see the high stone pyramids that go way up, built all the way in stone, as you see in Tikal, or I don't know Chichen Itza. I've been in Tulum, but they had some pretty tall stone buildings there, and also in Copan, which is in Honduras, close to the Guatemalan border. If I get there, I'll take some pictures, but you don't see the big pyramids, which are the temples, and the multiplicity of temples. You don't see that here either. It looks like there's just this one that we came up on. So again, this is probably a satellite city to the civilization. I'm going to do a little research on it. You know, it's more than I thought it was. I thought it was just a few little mounds or something, but as you can see, it's really, you know, got a lot to it. Although not as big as Tikal, of course, but it's a pretty interesting place. If you're into archaeology, come to Guatemala. Thanks for being with me today, and please subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, of course, hit that button as well. There's also a little bell there. If you hit that one, it'll give you notice when there's new videos coming up. Thanks again. Okay, here we're coming up on Miss Honda. I'm gonna get the GoPro out, maybe take some photos of the countryside here with the GoPro. She had a nice rest. I wish I could say the same.